Your live interactive coverage with CBS 13 and Fox 23 will begin shortly. Your live interactive coverage with CBS 13 and Fox 23 starts right now.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Owen Kingsley here with CBS 13. We are in our digital studio, and this is Weekend Headlines. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully, folks out there are staying dry tonight, watching the Bruins, who just took a 3-2 lead in their Game 7 going on right now. And obviously, we are tracking a pretty major storm that's coming through Maine right now, but we'll come back to those details in just a few minutes with our meteorologist, Ryan Munn. Let's get into a little bit of what we're working on here this weekend. We begin with some crime news in our state. A Casco man facing an outstanding number of arrest warrants was arrested this afternoon for stealing a car. This is our story on our website for more details. Cumberland County sheriffs say a car was stolen from a home on Quaker Ridge Road in Casco this morning. They received several tips from the public around 12:30 this afternoon when one caller told police they spotted the car being driven on Roosevelt Trail right in town. Police found the vehicle being driven by 32-year-old Stephen Locke on Heritage Hill Road in Naples. Locke is charged with felony unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. Police say Locke has 10 outstanding warrants for his arrest. It was on 10 sets of pre-conviction bail conditions. He is being held at Cumberland County Jail without bail for his new charges. Police credit tips from the public for being able to make this arrest. Also in crime news, we're following this last night. An Auburn man behind bars after allegedly importing more than $3 million worth of fentanyl. 41-year-old Jeremy Mercier of Auburn is charged with aggravated importing and trafficking of drugs. Police say a large wooden crate was delivered to an Auburn restaurant Friday from the state of Arizona. Employees of the restaurant believed it was a shipment of mugs that they ordered, but inside they found a plastic tote filled with what police now confirm was fentanyl. The tote also had a shipping label with Mercier's name written right on it. And police arrested Mercier when he arrived to the restaurant later in the day Friday asking about the shipment. Mercier was previously convicted for distributing cocaine in 2007. Police seized nearly $3,000 cash and more than $3 million street value of fentanyl. As I mentioned at the top, a major storm coming through right now. Lots of wind and rain expected throughout the night. We have Ryan Munn joining us right now with more of those details. Ryan, you've been tracking this. What do we need to know for the overnight hours?
Yeah, and so we are looking at heavy rain right now, at least in some parts of the state. More of a moderate rain, I should say, for most areas right now. And we are going to continue to see this just funnel in through the daytime today. A little bit of a break down towards coastal York County, and you could even see maybe a bit of a break about to move into the Portland area. But let's zoom in a little bit closer to the area that is getting hit the hardest right now and really has been hit the hardest throughout the day. The Mid-Coast, Rockland, Augusta, Skowhegan, areas like that have been hit pretty good, but let's expand the view and you can see that there is plenty more off to our south, and all of this rain is eventually going to move on in. Everything off the coast of Cape Cod, the stuff that's moving off the mid-Atlantic right now, all of this is going to continue to move in, so we're looking at heavy rain through the overnight hours. So a little bit of a break right now, but then notice a lot of yellows, oranges, and reds. That's showing you a lot of heavy rain through the overnight hours, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And that moves on out, and then we are going to dry out, and the sun returns as we head into the day tomorrow. But also the winds, that is a story too. We are going to see wind gusts that could be as high as 50 miles per hour in some parts along the coast. So lots to talk about. Of course, I'm going to have more details at 10 and 11 tonight.
Perfect, Ryan. Thank you again for joining us. And as you just mentioned, full details on what to expect to start your work week coming up at 10 on Fox 23. Well, continuing with what we are covering here this weekend, a homecoming for a number of Maine veterans. A group just returned today after visiting our nation's monuments in D.C. About 25 Maine veterans were taken by Honor Flight Maine to visit the National Mall in their annual trip. Honor Flight Maine says this year's group range between 71 and 96 years old, including veterans from World War II and the Korean and Vietnam Wars. These veterans were taken down Friday and welcomed home this afternoon at the jetport. And finally tonight, 70 years strong. A Standish couple celebrating the marriage milestone this weekend. Don and Arlene Roy got married on this day in 1953. The family says they met while Arlene was playing piano for a dance that Don was also at. The two got married. They had 8 children, about 27 grandkids, and 43 great-grandkids. Both had adjusted their careers over the years, working several jobs while raising a big family in Standish. Yesterday, almost the entire family made it for a celebration of the couple's long and happy lives together. Obviously, here at GME, we want to extend a congratulations to Dawn and Arlene, an incredible milestone. All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in. That is all we have here on Weekend Headlines. Again, tune into our newscast coming up at 10 o'clock on Fox 23 and 11 on CBS 13 for the latest on all these news stories and for your latest forecast, what to expect for the start of the work week. We will see you then.
You've been watching live interactive coverage from CBS 13 and Fox 23. Make sure to stay connected with CBS 13 and Fox 23 on air, online, and through these